Also, I don't really want to know what the survival rate in the candidates is, or in the training. how many people quit or die until they come to this point, because, well, no kidding around here. It's like real business. The funny thing is, I mentioned that the Fire Grotto already influenced the grading on the seed exam. Everything we do from this point on, everything we do from this point on possibly does influence our seed score. For example, this selection. He is our squad leader. Of course, he's a bastard, he slit our head open, and we probably would like to, don't know, kick him where it really hurts. But he's our squad leader. And he just gave us an order. So if we deny it, we're gonna get a little subtraction. Plus we wanna go up there anyway to see a very, very cool cutscene, which I really like. That's how you make an entry. And yeah, the game's so kind to remember you to junctions and to GFs, because also because at some points in the game it will automatically. The hell? Oh, okay. It will automatically disjunction. Can you say that? Break apart all your junctions. And of course, you are not, and that's not indicated by anything. It's just silently in the background. And you don't want this to. And yeah, so the game tells you, oh, by the way, you might want to look at that because I just fucked it up, or because there was a we did a big change or something. The troop changed. Give all, and I think I'm gonna give Squall the magic command already. No, wait, not Squall. I'm gonna give that to Excel. So no items for him, and yeah, transfer all the useful spells to him, like this. Basically everything I don't need for Junction. And you probably, no, not Cypher. Cypher, go away. No one likes you. You'll see me do that many times during Let's Play. That's just important. and it's I don't really feel good with cutting it out because it's also important for you to understand why I'm doing certain things a certain way. Because imagine, like, in one battle, Squall draws 5 Izuna, and it's the only 5 Izuna he has. And then I restructure my spells, and the Izuna are now junctioned on someone else who can't use them. And then I'm in a battle, and they bomb me with afflictions, and I'm, oh my god, I can't handle these afflictions. And you all think, hey, Squall drew the has drawn all the Asuna, why don't you use them? But I can't use them anymore, but how could you know? Because it changed the junctions while off screen. And that's just not good. So yeah, we're just those are the typical Galbadia soldiers. Like, really useless. There's a reason they resemble the Shinra's basic soldiers from Final Fantasy VII. There really is a reason, because they are equally useless. And well, yeah. So there were the other NPCs, the underdog groups, and talking to them, for example, will also give you minus points. Because exam, no talking on duty, stuff like that. It's really awkward. I've always played this on the TV, where of course I did not put in headphones, and so I'm for the first time I'm really hearing the sound channels strictly separated on my headphones now, and it's really awkward because I'm totally not used to it. Maybe it's also the emulator being a little bit iffy. It does sound alright overall though, so don't worry. Some of the notes are a little bit, maybe sound a little bit stretched or warped, but in general the sound quality is okay. So yeah, you all can guess why that guy has taken the exam so many times and still is not a seed. Just an educated guess though. Oh wait, Bob. So that was a natural crit. Oh yeah. Different sound, light flash. Oh great, we're finding ammo. It's not like we can use that until later, much later. Okay, so I'll scout the area. Not there. So yeah, this is the enemy you need to find here, back there. It's kinda hard to spot. Especially when you're still, when I first played this, I was still on a not flat screen. I don't know, how do you call it in English? Directly translated from German, it would be the tube TV. I don't think you say tube in English. Well, you know what I mean, yeah? A classic TV. And you know they didn't have this very sharp image. So seeing that one guy hidden back there, where you only see the helmet, was kind of hard. And you really were looking. Well, is it something about the dog who just whines at you? So the coffee at the cafe where you can't enter and stuff. This was really a little riddle. This whole scene is not exactly well made. Because depends. it's not very intuitive. It's kinda well made, nevertheless. Because yeah, standby. It's. I feel that I feel like the game's trying to make Cypher's point here, because basically we are a military unit, and this is technically a cutscene you can run around into. It's not like you can influence. Oh. It's not like you can influence what's happening in any way. It just happens after a time, but you can walk around. And we are technically a military unit, and waiting, guard duty, standby, those are parts of that. But of course Cypher's not cut out for military, he's just too impulsive for that. And yeah, well, run around here not knowing what are you supposed to do. You know you are supposed to stay here, but what to do here now? There's this feeling of being left hanging. I think that's pretty much what Cypher feels at that moment as well. They conveyed that kinda well. Well, and now he's just raging. This again. What's happening? That's a really giant moon. Just noticing. Ah, in the German translation, this even if they fight dirty like you, this really got lost. It's still kinda there. But I like it just saying it more explicit, just in your face. Maybe we won't be a seed after we won't be a seed after all. Instead, be a hero. Oops, music, don't get lost. Oh wow, one single soldier. Did you really need... This is one of the fights where all these nice animations with wind up and unsheathing. It's really nervy. Cause like, hey, a soldier! Zoom in, camera scroll, unsheath, one attack, boom! Victory dance, victory screen. Huh. But on the positive side, the abilities to avoid random battles are relatively easy to come by in this part. In this part of the series. So if it really annoys you, you usually have the means to get rid of... Oops, did he just hit himself? Did I just tell him to hit himself? Yep. Well, whatever. The positive thing is in Final Fantasy VII, you couldn't raise a character's limit bar to get the limit attack by hitting him with your own characters. In this part, this is totally an option, because there is no difference if your attacks, if your HP go low because you hit yourself, or because your character another character hit you, or because a mob hit you. All that matters is that your HP are low. And there are secondary factors like our other characters afflicted with status ailments, our other characters dead, stuff like that. What the hell? I'll just pretend that didn't happen? As long as it doesn't happen again. Oh my god. That was horrible. Holy shit. I wish I knew more about emulation, because then I could now guess what that was, but... Wow! It was just horrible. No. Ooh, it still was there. Please don't stay. Please be fixed. Thank God. Okay, let's hope that we won't have many more glitches here. A communication tower. Oh, by the way, talking about background information, in the tutorial there's this funny information tab. And here you have information again, location name. And there are all kinds of names which you hear over the course of your adventure, journey, whatever you might call it, which you can look up here, which is mostly background information and lore, totally useless in-game. And, well, yeah, okay. People fucked up. The Dollet soldiers are just as useless as the Galvadia ones. Ah yes, a little thing of terminology at this point. Usually you just think of monsters as everything that gives you a random encounter. But since characters use the term monster here as well, you have to differentiate, because a monster technically is... there are animals, people and monsters. And animals are ecologically... well, yeah, they're animals which just happen to attack you because for whatever reason. Then there are monsters which are technically just worse animals, but they aren't as ecologically based on where they... It's not like they developed in an area, they just happen to be there and migrate and stuff like that. They're just different from animals, and most often more dangerous. And then there's of course people who still give you random encounters but don't count. So when people say it's a breeding ground for monsters, they mean there's really vicious stuff living up there, not just your everyday pack of wolves. So for example, these, if I'm not mistaken, are either a very weak monster or a strong animal. So yeah, Cypher's special technique is Cypher can use his special techniques with a higher percentage of HP than everyone else. The limit, it just starts higher up. And you don't need anything for it. He also doesn't, you don't need anything. You just select the technique and then he goes in your face. And that just happened, so we did it. Please. And I just feel like I wanna get Squall slow to show you his technique, because there is a little special property that has. Shaky? Ah yes, perfect. I just considered running around here to wait for one more random fight. Oh, advanced soldiers. Woohoo. Like I give a fuck. Okay, you try to... Could I have... Ah, that's what I searched for. Fire, Thunder, Blizzard, Sky, and Ball Ring. So yeah, Cypher is now probably relatively high at the upper limit of his of where his special attack can trigger. So it's not triggering very often. Oh, that's enough, I think. And for all characters except Cypher, it's when their HP are yellow, then they can use their special attack. Which should basically be... Oh, never mind. So he was at the very, very top of his... So yeah, this is his attack. Yep, timing is just as I'm used to. Perfect. And basically he has this series of strikes, which he decides randomly which series he will do. There are a few different ones. And when you get the timing right, then each of the strikes will crit. Just like with his normal attacks. Press the save button and stuff. And the better you do with the timing game, I got a cottage in my pocket. Well, IKEA did well in this universe. The higher is the chance to perform such a finishing move, which is well, one very strong finishing attack. It's a finishing move. Well, name's business. I wonder how many characters in general fiction, or just in general arts, who claim I fear nothing, did actually fear nothing. Not many, I believe. Not many. With your bare knees. On that kind of rock. Holy fuck. This girl must have a skin that's, I don't know, Hulk type skin. Ow. So yeah, little girl who had showed around is called Selfie. No need to suicide. Oh wait. This is also one of those decisions that affect your seed score. I think you get a minuscule minus for jumping down there, which is really funny because... oh wait, no. He's not still in our team. I thought Cypher was still in our team at this point, which would have been kind of funny. But apparently they did think of that. So yeah, the thing about special grinding is, with a circle button, usually you switch character. When only one but every time this command menu is opened, the selection if you get a special move available is recalculated. So you can just skip all the time until you have a special move available, which is also very easy to hear with a nice pling, and that way relatively fast cycle through all your characters which are eligible for special moves and then perform precisely those. Okay, Ifrit learned the fire refinement. Then I'm gonna go with... oh my god. See, there's a problem now. I think I'm gonna go here. The thing is, Ifrit is one of the GFs which... there are abilities which will only appear after you learned a certain other. For example, there is Strength plus 40%, which will only appear after you learned Strength plus 20%. You could slot each of them, you can slot both of them in the same character and then plus 60%. And if the abilities which a GF learn differ, of course. And Ifrit can learn a very special type of ability, which is a bonus, which means he will learn Strength plus 20, Strength plus 40, then I think 80 or 60% plus, I'm not sure right now. And then he will learn the Strength bonus, which is an ability that you slot into a character, and when that character levels up while the ability is slotted, his base strength increases by 1 additional point, which of course is extremely valuable, since the earlier you get this bonus ability, the better, because the more bonus you can get out, and then maybe later you won't need the very best in slot spell to